Welcome to a new episode of the podcast. Vox Agent is made by AI for business executives that work with AI. It's time for another deep dive, and today we're plunging into something that's really shaking up how businesses operate: the orchestration of AI agents across enterprise platforms.
That's right. Yeah, forget those simple chatbots or the isolated AI tools we've seen before. We're looking at a future, and honestly, it's becoming the present pretty fast, where multiple intelligent software entities, these agents, collaborate autonomously to get complex work done right across your whole organization.
Hmm. So think less like using a single smart tool,
Yeah,
more like managing a whole team of specialized digital employees.
exactly that. It's a big shift in thinking.
Okay, let's really dig into this then. To guide us, we've gone through a stack of recent sources, articles, research reports, big announcements from all the key players. We're talking SAP, Salesforce, ServiceNow, Microsoft Azure, AWS, IBM, Boomi, UiPath, lots of others.
Yeah, the field is crowded.
So our mission today is really to cut through the noise, understand what this agent orchestration actually is, why it's suddenly so front and center for, well, everyone, how the tech stack works, who the main contenders are, what benefits companies are actually seeing, and, importantly, the challenges and where this is all headed.
It's about getting a handle on this move towards what IBM's calling systems of intelligence. A pretty good description, actually.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. What exactly is an AI agent in this enterprise context? How's it different from, say, the AI assistant on my phone?
Good question. Based on what we're seeing in the sources, the key difference boils down to autonomy in action. An enterprise AI agent is, well, the software, right? Powered often by large language models, the big AI brains we hear so much about, and other algorithms too. But it's designed not just to, process info or answer questions. It's built to perform tasks, make decisions, and interact with systems and other agents to hit a specific goal.
Right, so they're doers. My phone assistant mostly reacts. These agents are proactive.
Yeah.
They can work across different business apps without needing me to click every single button.
Precisely. They can operate across systems without that constant human hand-holding for each step.
Okay. And if an agent is a doer, then what's agent orchestration? Is it just making them work together?
Essentially, yes,
No.
but it's the art and science of getting one. Or usually, many of these agents could be dozens, maybe hundreds eventually, to work together smoothly on complex business processes that crucially span multiple systems or departments.
So it's like the conductor.
Exactly. It's the coordination layer, making sure the finance agent talks to the sales agent, who talks to the service agent, all to resolve maybe one customer issue from start to finish.
Wow, that sounds incredibly powerful. Almost like the holy grail of business automation we've been talking about for years. Why is this exploding right now? Like really in the last year or so?
Well, it seems like several factors kind of came together at the right time. A huge driver is definitely the maturity of generative AI, the LLMs. These models give agents the power to understand really complex, unstructured requests, natural language from a user or customer, and they can do more sophisticated reasoning.
Ah, so they can figure out what I need done, even if I don't spell out every single step.
Exactly. They can infer the intent and figure out the necessary steps. Another massive factor, and you see this mentioned a lot by vendors like SAP, is that age-old problem. Siloed enterprise applications. Companies are just drowning in data locked up in CRM, ERP, HR systems, IT tools.
Tell me about it.
Right. Agents promise a way to finally bridge these silos, acting across these separate systems automatically. SAP explicitly calls agents a quantum leap in business productivity because they can smash through those integration bottlenecks.
So using intelligence to tackle that perpetual integration nightmare.
You got it. And think about it. Early AI helpers could do maybe one task inside one system, but orchestrating teams of specialized agents, that means you can automate entire end-to-end workflows.
Moving beyond just automating a click to automating the whole process chain.
That's the leap.
So the big vision driving all this,
Yeah.
it's essentially building an AI workforce.
That's basically it. A digital workforce that gets your business context, collaborates across departments like human teams are supposed to, and ideally, keeps learning and improving. They're meant to be intelligent assistants, co-pilots, maybe even largely autonomous brains running core operations.
Okay, that's a compelling vision. So who's actually building this stuff? It really feels like every major enterprise software company is suddenly talking about agent orchestration.
They absolutely are. The race is definitely on. Every major enterprise software vendor, every big cloud provider, they're all positioning themselves to be the platform, the central orchestrator for this new wave.
Who are the main players taking the lead here based on the sources?
Well, you've got the giants in enterprise apps, SAP with Joule, Salesforce pushing Agentforce, ServiceNow building on its workflow platform. They're deeply embedding it. Then you have the cloud providers really enabling it all. Microsoft Azure with their AI Foundry and agent services, AWS with agents for Bedrock, and others too. IBM is positioning Watsonx as maybe a more neutral orchestrator. Even the automation specialists like UiPath and RPA and Boomi and IPS are adding agent capabilities. It's crowded.
Sounds like everyone wants to be the conductor for this AI orchestra.
That's a great analogy. They want to provide the platform, the framework to manage this new layer of digital workers across, well, everything: sales, service, finance, HR, IT.
You really see the urgency in their announcements, too.
Oh, yeah. SAP embedding Joule deep in the ERP, those collections agents coming early 2025. Salesforce launching Agentforce at Dreamforce 24, talking about autonomous AI. ServiceNow's CEO saying, agents in every corner of your business. It's clear they believe this is fundamental. It's a big strategic battle shaping up for the future of how businesses run.
Okay, so how do they actually do it? What's the technical plumbing needed to get all these agents talking, acting reliably, and crucially, securely?
Right. It's definitely not simple. You need a pretty sophisticated architecture underneath. It's way more than just, calling an LLM API.
Yeah.
You need layers for the intelligence itself, for data access, for managing the workflow, and really critical governance layers.
Then looking at the vendor blueprints, like maybe simplified views of SAP Joule or Salesforce Agentforce, are there common pieces?
Yeah, you definitely see common patterns emerge. At the heart, there's usually something called the agent orchestration engine. This is kind of the central brain. It takes a goal, breaks it down into steps, figures out which agents or systems are needed for each step, passes the tasks along, manages the info flow, handles errors.
Like a project manager for the agents?
Sort of, yeah. AWS Agents for Bedrock, for instance, automatically creates those step-by-step plans. ServiceNow's AI orchestrator focuses on routing tasks to the right agent based on the context.
And these agents, they aren't just generic, they have specialties.
Exactly. The leading designs use specialized AI agents. Instead of one giant agent trying to know everything, they build modular agents, focused on specific domains, finance, sales, service, or even narrow processes like, say, cash collection or expense approvals.
So you could have an accounts receivable agent needing to collaborate with a service agent to sort out a billing dispute.
Precisely. That SAP Joule cash collection agent example is perfect. It might need info or action from a service agent. Each agent is the expert in its niche. And underpinning all this is the raw intelligence, the foundation models and reasoning layer. That's where the LLMs live: OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, Meta models, etc., giving agents that natural language understanding and reasoning. Platforms often act as gateways to multiple models. Some, like Salesforce with their Atlas reasoning engine, add another layer for complex planning connecting reasoning steps.
And they need tools to act, right?
Absolutely. Techniques like tool usage, letting agents call external APIs, sometimes called function calling, are vital, and maintaining memory of the conversation or process state.
But, AI is only as good as its data. Securely accessing company information must be absolutely vital.
You've hit on maybe the most critical piece: enterprise data integration. Agents need real-time, secure access to your CRM, your ERP, knowledge bases, docs, whatever's relevant. So vendors are building things like unified data layers. SAP's Business Data Cloud is one example. Azure AI Foundry emphasizes secure integration of your proprietary data.
And that RAG technique, retrieval augmented generation, that helps ground them.
Essential. RAC lets an agent pull in relevant snippets from your internal documents or databases to make sure its response or action is based on your company's reality, not just its general training. You need strong connectors, APIs like AWS Lambda functions, acting as tools for Bedrock agents to make this data flow happen securely.
And none of this gets off the ground in a real business without serious security, trust, and governance.
Non-negotiable, absolutely. You see layers like Salesforce's trust layer doing things like masking sensitive data, filtering for bias. ServiceNow's AI control tower aims to manage and secure any agent you deploy. Role-based access control is fundamental. Agents have to respect user permissions. Auditing, traceability, all built in.
And keeping humans involved.
Crucial. There's a strong emphasis everywhere on keeping humans in the loop or on the loop for oversight, especially for critical decisions. Plus, feedback loops, like ServiceNow acquiring Qun, to help agents learn safely from outcomes.
Okay, that sounds like a complex but, well, necessary stack to make these autonomous agents work safely.
It is. And one more piece. Because every business is different, developer tools and extensibility are key. You need ways to tweak these agents or build your own for your specific processes.
So companies aren't just buying off-the-shelf agents. They're building them too.
Both. Vendors offer pre-built ones, but they also provide low-code, no-code tools. Think SAP's Joule Studio, Salesforce's Agent Builder, Azure's AI Foundry SDK using semantic kernel. These let businesses customize existing agents or create totally new ones tailored to their needs. And robust testing sandboxes are vital before letting these things loose on production systems.
So the goal is connecting that AI smarts to real business actions, securely, controllably using your own data.
That's the essence of it.
Okay, we get the architecture. What does this look like on the ground now? What are the big players actually delivering or promising like really soon?
Yeah, it's moving fast, but you can see distinct approaches. SAP, for instance, is embedding Joule really deeply within its ERP suite. Joule acts as the central conductor, primarily for SAP processes. It orchestrates SAP's own agents and custom ones, leveraging their business technology platform, business data cloud, knowledge graph for that deep context. Their focus is high effectiveness in core SAP workflows. Collections agents shipped Q1 2025.
Salesforce comes at it from the CRM side.
Exactly. Agentforce is integrated with CRM and their Customer 360 platform. Their vision is autonomous AI across sales, service, marketing teams. It's part of their AI cloud coming in 2025. They really emphasize their trust layer and letting customers bring their own AI models. They're developing their Atlas reasoning engine and even protocols for agent-to-agent A2A communication for richer agent collaboration.
In ServiceNow, they're known for workflow.
Right, and they're leveraging that Now platform backbone. Their AI Control Tower and AI Agent Fabric are designed to be more of a universal orchestrator. They aim to connect and govern any agent, including third-party ones from Microsoft or Google. They're even building CRM AI agents to compete directly by automating service workflows. Governance and cross-enterprise workflow is their strong suit.
Microsoft Azure, more of a platform play.
Yeah, Azure AI Foundry and the upcoming Azure AI Agent Service, preview late 24 GA25, are positioned as the AI factory floor for building agents at scale. They use an open framework like semantic kernel, integrating tightly with the Microsoft ecosystem Copilot Power Platform. The Atomic Work case study, built on Azure, showed real productivity gains.
In AWS with Bedrock, what's their angle?
AWS Agents for Bedrock, which has been generally available since late 2023, focuses on simplifying agent creation for multi-step tasks. It uses a declarative approach. You define the goal, connect it to tools, often Lambda functions hitting your systems, and Bedrock handles the planning and execution. It's optimized for AWS users, but can call external APIs. Security and ease of use are big selling points for them.
Okay, so a really crowded space, different strengths. SAP deep in ERP, Salesforce CRM-focused, ServiceNow workflow-centric, Microsoft AWS providing cloud platforms for building.
Exactly. Plus others like IBM aiming for neutrality, RPA players adding agents, IPS vendors connecting things. It's dynamic overlapping and everyone's investing heavily.
All right, let's bring this back home. Why does all this architecture, all this vendor competition, why does it matter to you, our listener? What are the tangible benefits businesses are really gunning for?
Right, this is where it gets practical. The most immediate, obvious benefit is the automation of complex processes. Agents just automate all those handoffs, data lookups, simple decision steps across different systems that currently need people or clunky scripts. This slashes cycle times.
Like that SAP dispute example, hours down to seconds.
Exactly, that kind of impact. And that speed flows right into the next big benefit: increased productivity and cost savings. Automating these tedious steps frees up your employees for higher value work. We saw the Atomic Work example showing real boosts in productivity and cost reduction. This isn't just theory. SAP's prediction that agents could handle up to 80% of common tasks in their world. I mean, that points to a potential massive shift in operational efficiency.
Beyond just speed and cost savings, what about the intelligence part? Does it lead to better decisions?
That's a key promise: better decision making. Orchestrated agents can pull and synthesize real-time data from all those previously siloed systems, leveraging those unified data layers or knowledge graphs we talked about. This gives a more complete, data-driven picture than one person could easily assemble, leading to more informed choices, maybe proactive insights, like a ServiceNow agent spotting a potential problem early.
And consistency. Does it reduce errors?
Absolutely. Consistency and compliance. Agents follow the rules, execute processes the same way every single time. That uniformity plus the audit trails improves compliance and cuts down on human error. Salesforce really highlights achieving determinism for critical workflows.
How does this feel for the people involved? Employees, customers?
It should lead to an enhanced experience for both, ideally. Customers get faster, more consistent service, maybe 247. Employees get relieved of the boring, repetitive grunt work, drafting standard emails, scheduling, data entry. Agents act as co-pilots, freeing people up for more engaging strategic work. That can boost job satisfaction.
And the overall strategic value for the business.
Strategic agility and innovation. Companies can react faster, need a new workflow automated. Agents might offer a quicker path. They enable new ways to solve problems by connecting data and actions across the business in novel ways. The uptake is real. That stat, about over 50% of SAP Cloud ERP deals, including AI, shows businesses are actively chasing this agility. It's about operational excellence plus new capabilities.
Okay, those benefits make a strong case. Can you give us some really concrete examples? How are these orchestrated agents actually being used across different business functions right now?
Sure, let's look across the board. In finance and accounting, beyond that SAP cash collection agent example, think about agents helping with the financial close, gathering data from different systems, flagging anomalies automatically, or automating expense report processing, auto-approving compliant ones, flagging exceptions for human review. Saves a ton of time.
Customer service seems like a natural fit.
Oh, it's huge. Agents are resolving complex customer requests that need info from multiple places. Salesforce's Agentforce example of handling a warranty claim is great. The agent gets claim details from CRM, checks product records somewhere else, consults policy docs using Arco, drafts a personalized response, maybe even kicks off a follow-up task like scheduling a call or issuing a credit, all automated. ServiceNow agents route support tickets intelligently, pull diagnostic data for IT issues, or coordinate responses during big disruptions like flight cancellations, managing rebooking, refunds, comms.
What about in sales and marketing?
Sales agents are becoming powerful assistants. Think Salesforce Agentforce for sales, drafting personalized follow-ups, checking calendars and CRM to schedule meetings, updating records automatically, frees up reps. Marketing agents could analyze campaign data from various ad platforms, then automatically tweak budgets or add creatives based on performance rules you set.
And HR. Lots of processes there.
Definitely. Agents are being used for onboarding new hires, coordinating tasks across IT, HR facilities, answering common questions. ServiceNow has specific HR agents for handling benefit inquiries or leave requests. They're also helping in recruitment, screening resumes against criteria, scheduling interviews.
Supply chain and operations must have really complex workflows. Perfect for this.
Absolutely. Agents can monitor inventory, track production schedules, detect potential problems like a supplier delay, and then autonomously trigger actions. Reorder materials, reschedule a production run, reroute a shipment by interacting with the planning and logistics systems. SAP is integrating agents into its planning suites for this. Cross-enterprise, imagine agents coordinating the response to a supply chain disruption by pulling together info and actions from inventory, manufacturing, and customer service systems.
What happens when companies use different software vendors? Can agents bridge those gaps?
That's a huge part of the value proposition. Integration across platforms. The orchestration power often shines brightest when bridging systems that don't normally talk easily. That ServiceNow UKG example is good ServiceNow agents pulling employee data from UKG's HR system to answer queries. System integrators are building custom executive assistant agents that pull consolidated reports from SAP and Salesforce and Oracle all at once. PepsiCo's use of IBM Watson orchestrating over 1,500 bots and agents shows this scale across diverse landscapes. Traversing those system boundaries is key.
Okay, those examples really bring the potential to light. But I mean, getting this running smoothly across a whole enterprise, it can't be that easy. What are the main hurdles companies are running into?
You're absolutely right. It's definitely not just plug and play. There are significant challenges. One is just the sheer technical complexity. Integrating agents with older legacy systems, managing all the dependencies if you have dozens of agents relying on each other, debugging when a multi-agent process goes wrong. It's tough. As IBM pointed out, just having lots of agents can itself create significant complexity in managing them. You need new skills in IT and development.
And because they rely on LLMs, there's that risk of them getting things wrong.
Absolutely. Reliability and accuracy are huge concerns. AI agents, especially those using LLMs heavily, can be unpredictable sometimes. Hallucinations, misinterpretations. These can lead to incorrect actions in a business context. Getting true determinism for critical tasks is still an active area of work. It means you need rigorous testing, solid error handling, and often keeping that human in the loop for review or approval, especially for high-stakes decisions.
Giving agents keys to the kingdom access to sensitive data and systems, that sounds like a security nightmare waiting to happen.
It's a critical challenge. Security and access control. Agents interacting with data and taking actions definitely create new potential vulnerabilities. Things like prompt injection attacks trying to trick an agent through its input are a real worry. Vendors are building safeguards like trust layers, but robust identity management is crucial. Agents must operate only with the permissions granted, respecting existing role-based access controls. And meeting compliance rules like GDPR or UPay adds another layer when sensitive data is involved.
What about the data itself? Garbage in, garbage out still applies.
More than ever, data quality and knowledge limitations. An agent's effectiveness is capped by the quality and scope of the data it can access. Siloed data, outdated info, messy unstructured data all lead to poor performance. LLMs also have knowledge cutoffs, so you need those robust RAG mechanisms and continuously updated knowledge graphs to ensure agents have current, accurate company info and business rules. It demands ongoing data governance.
And the people side, getting employees to actually trust and use these things.
That's a huge one. User adoption and trust. Employees might worry about their jobs or just not trust an agent's output, leading to resistance or them double-checking everything anyway. Building trust needs transparency agents ideally explaining their reasoning, and often means phased rollouts. Start with lower-risk tasks, maybe just suggestions first.
And just making it work at scale across the whole company.
Scalability and performance, yeah. Running lots of resource-hungry LLMs, managing hundreds of agents concurrently. It takes significant infrastructure and careful optimization. Ensuring they perform quickly enough for real-time needs as the workload grows is complex.
Finally, those bigger ethical questions hanging over AI.
Yes, ethical and compliance concerns. Agents making decisions affecting people need to be fair, unbiased. Identifying and mitigating bias is hard. Accountability is a big one. Who's responsible if an autonomous agent messes up? Companies need clear governance. And then there's the evolving regulatory landscape, like the EU AI Act. It all requires very careful planning.
That's a sobering list of obstacles. So, despite all that, where do you see this heading, say in the next 3 to 5 years? What's the outlook?
Well, the clear direction is towards more sophisticated, more integrated, and more autonomous systems. We're likely going to see a proliferation of multi-agent ecosystems. So not just a few agents, but companies running dozens, maybe hundreds of specialized agents collaborating. This will really push the need for standards for agent-to-agent, A2A communication, maybe even agent directories or marketplaces.
More agents means more capability, more autonomy.
Yes. Greater autonomy, but with stronger guardrails. Agents will handle more complexity, but that freedom will come with more robust constraints, built-in business rules, maybe even ethical principles, constitutional AI. Expect better auditing and verification tools, too.
And they'll learn as they go.
That's the goal. Integration of real-time learning and feedback. Systems will get better at analyzing outcomes, incorporating human feedback, letting agents adapt and improve collective intelligence, updating those knowledge graphs, maybe even enabling self-healing processes.
It feels like the boundaries between automation types are blurring.
They really are. We expect a strong convergence of RPA, BPM, and AI agents into a single, unified automation fabric. You'll design workflows mixing traditional automation with AI steps more seamlessly.
Will we see solutions specifically for certain industries?
Definitely. Industry-specific solutions will grow. Pre-trained agent suites for banking, healthcare, manufacturing, tailored with domain knowledge and compliance built in. Vendors like SAP and Salesforce are already heading this way.
And will these agents from different vendors play nicely together?
There's going to be huge pressure, mostly from customers, for orchestration standards and interoperability, common languages, APIs, frameworks, something to make it easier for, say, a Salesforce agent to get data from an SAP agent without a massive integration project.
Could agents start managing things beyond software?
Yes, physical world integration is definitely on the roadmap. Orchestration extending to control robots, IoT devices. An agent might manage a software workflow and tell a robot arm what to do or adjust building controls. Bridging digital and physical tasks, especially with Industry 4.0.
And finally, regulations will catch up.
Regulatory and ethical evolution is inevitable. Clearer laws on AI use, accountability, transparency are coming. Potential mandates for human oversight in critical areas. Formal ethical frameworks becoming standard practice. Being proactive here will be key.
So the future looks like more agents, working together better, doing more complex things, but with clearer rules, better oversight, crossing software and physical boundaries, hopefully becoming more interoperable and tailored for specific industries.
That's the trajectory the sources strongly suggest, a fundamental reshaping of how enterprises operate, powered by this orchestrated AI.
This deep dive has certainly covered a lot of ground, from definitions and architecture to the benefits, the very real challenges, and that future outlook. Orchestrating AI agents is clearly a massive development. It's moving fast from just a vision to something delivering real value today across platforms like SAP, Salesforce, ServiceNow, Azure, AWS, all the big names.
Yeah, the promise is huge. Autonomous, collaborative agents taking on significant parts of the enterprise workload, acting faster, acting smarter, because they can finally leverage all that disparate data.
And this has really profound implications for everyone listening. For executives, it's about strategic advantage. For IT, it's managing the complexity and security. For employees, it's adapting to working with this AI workforce.
But it's powerful, not magic, as we said. Those challenges around reliability, security, data, ethics, they need a really thoughtful, step-by-step approach. You can't just flip a switch.
But ultimately, though, the journey to an AI-augmented enterprise is clearly underway. Orchestrating these AI initiatives wisely seems crucial for unlocking major performance gains and creating totally new ways of getting work done.
Like the SAP CEO said, Joule becoming the super orchestrator, taking over significant workload from humans. That's a bold statement of intent.
So something for you to think about. How could this vision of an AI workforce fundamentally change the nature of your own daily work? And what strategic planning do you need to start now to thrive in this AI-augmented future? Thank you for joining the podcast, and see you soon.